What is up, YouTube? Last episode, well, actually, this episode is the second time that I'm filming this all the way through. And the first time that I filmed this, I was pretty passionate. It was last week, and there was a day that I had a bit of an epiphany, and I realized some things about myself and about where I find my drive in everything that I'm doing, from real estate, gym, investing, YouTube, my personal life, relationships, etc. And when I filmed it, I was pretty angry. I feel like it clouded a bit of what my vision actually is and what I want to get out in this episode. So this is take 2. But the biggest thing that I've really started to realize is that I can function well off motivation, but I tend to be spotty on discipline. And something that I heard early on in my real estate career, actually, but I think it bleeds into every single thing in life, is focus on the input, not the outcome, right? So when I think about the way that I struggle in life, and this is, I guess, getting pretty raw because this is me at the root of it, I live somewhat of a reactionary life sometimes, in that I know what I want and I know what I need to do, but I struggle to just do the thing without seeing results right away. And that shows itself in a pretty distinct way. I feel like I have 2 demons that I fought for a long time, in that the first one, and this is probably the biggest one, is that I'm never doing enough. I haven't made it far enough. I haven't achieved enough, so I just need to work harder. But then the second demon, and they play off each other somewhat, is that if it's never enough, why should I try? And so I go through these swings in my life where, I'm hustling. I'm seeing results. And as soon as those results stop or pause or slow down, I tend to have a habit of somewhat falling off the wagon because I start to question what I'm doing when I'm not getting the immediate feedback. And so I think the idea of focusing on input over outcome and keeping a life based on that is huge. The idea of discipline over motivation, I think, rings true every time. If I'm only getting up when I feel like it, I'm never going to be successful. But if I'm getting up when I know I need to get up and I'm doing the tasks that I know I need to do, regardless of how I feel, what mood I'm in, how well I slept, how hungry I am, then I know that over time, when I've mapped out this game plan, it's going to happen. And so listen, as I keep going on this YouTube journey and tracking the things that are working for me, I think I need to step back and dial in a little bit more on one thing, and that is, what are the things that I'm holding myself to and being disciplined in? I can set this idea of all these habits and the scheduling and all of this stuff, but I feel like I get overwhelmed because it's so much for me to try to switch my mentality into simply being disciplined about. So what's this mean for me? Name of the game is, for the next 6 months, all that I'm going to be focusing on is sticking to the basics that I know I need to be doing. I'm going to be doing a video every 2 weeks from now on, and in every video I'm going to add another small habit. I'm not going to try to overload myself all at once. Some of the things that I'm already doing in life are habits that I will bring up at a later date in later episodes. But I really want to dial in on the priority isn't quantity of just starting all these habits that are going to turn me into the person I want to be. It's about quality of, can I do something and stick with it? Can I be disciplined? If I am going to start doing cold plunges every single morning, even when I don't want to do it, I slept like shit, I feel like shit, can I get up and just hold myself to it? And as those things compound, what is that going to do to Kobe? Can Kobe start to really ascend because discipline becomes a part of me, not just being motivated? As we talk about me being motivated versus disciplined, I think it's important to point out that a lot of my life, and one of the reasons I think this is such a big deal, is I have become somewhat reactionary to, when I'm motivated and I'm dialed in and I'm doing the things that I need to do, it's easy. But the moment I'm not, I get thrown off track when the smallest of circumstances pop up in my life. So as I'm talking about becoming more disciplined and functioning less on motivation, I think one of the big things, or a couple of things that are going to change for me, is I am only going to be doing videos every 2 weeks. I want to be able to spend more of my energy and time focusing on the things that I'm actually doing. And as of right now, vlogging is not a main income source. It's not a main life mover for me. My goal is to be able to track along the way where I started and who I'm becoming as I go. But I think I can effectively do that with 2 videos a month. So that's number one. Number two, I'm going to change up the way that I'm doing these videos. So I'm going to do 5 segments, and it's going to be about a minute each in every episode. We're going to do gym talk, garage talk, book talk, house talk, and man talk. And then I'm going to do a check-in on where I'm at goal-wise, physically, income, all those things. House talk. We're going to spend a little bit of time every episode digging into the real estate market, what's going on in the market, what you could be doing, different things that people should know about loan types that perhaps some people haven't, or investing strategies that are unheard of, or non-conventional financing or creative financing, or what negative situations you could get put into if you do certain things. I really want to pick a topic every week, every 2 weeks, and dive into it hard for a minute and a half. Garage talk. This is where I really want to break down the different things and habits that I'm doing and implementing in terms of diet, or kind of the weird mind hacking things that I like to get into. Again, I want to pick one or a couple topics and just take a minute in the garage, break it down, and work on it. No, this is not going to be me becoming a mechanic and bringing y'all along with it. Book talk. Every 2 weeks, I'm going to be reading a new book, and I'm going to be reporting back on what I took away from it, the biggest things that stuck out to me, and the biggest things that I gained from reading it. Man talk. I really want to use this time in every episode to just talk about motivation stuff, thought process stuff, what I'm using and what I'm seeing to help me become the best man that I can be. Pardon my dirty mirrors, but last, but certainly not least, is every week I'm going to be doing a run through on my check-in. So how I'm doing fitness-wise, how I'm doing diet-wise, what my weight is looking like, how my motivation is, how my discipline is doing, how the habits that I'm working on are coming along, how those are impacting me. And again, I'm going to keep this to a minute 30 because I want to be really succinct, and because I want to be really dialed in on just focusing on the things that I'm focusing on and being disciplined in the process. And then lastly, we're going to do a segment called Gym Talk, which is going to be me spending a minute and a half just going over cardio routines, different exercise variants, stuff that I'm incorporating in new stuff that I'm doing, and how it feels, how it's affecting me, and if I'm seeing results from it. So, you've heard me talk about motivation and discipline all episode. And quite frankly, I've lived an up and down lifestyle that's been based on a lot of motivation. It's time for me to kick discipline in gear and steady cruise.